I won't be using it.
Then keep
I'll
it.
act like
Nikhil has a halo on top of his
I'll act like a
Bring out the act.
Dude, I know something.
Just
So
go
first
ahead,
is
go
guns.
gently, don't get too.
Keeps going.
How's my guns looking?
Guns up. No.
Too tight.
That's what she said.
These people in the other room.
Yeah, go ahead. Ready?
Ready?
I'm doing something. You're shooting video at something.
Tell him to come off here.
That's it.
Yeah,
Illegal player.
I'll see. Okay.
Aashish, yes.
Ready to start? I'm ready to start.
Wait, let's go. Wait, keep your phones on silent or
my
vibrate.
phone is there.
It's on
Keep your phone
silent.
on vibrate. Mine phone
Mine's
on
also
vibrate.
yeah, mine's also.
His face doesn't look oily, no?
It looks good. After this, after this video, we'll get a lot of.
I'll ask you questions
Can
again.
you please be my keeper?
No, cannot afford girl right now. Please.
You'll usually be like, the girls will be like, I want you to be my keeper.
Bro, I'll ask you, see, oh, listen, just because I gave you those 5-6 questions in order, I can ask randomly also. I can
Yeah,
ask
Bro, you ask.
Let it be general.
Let's not plan it, bro. More planning.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just start shooting.
Hey guys, I'm Aashish. This is Nikhil. That's Arvind. We are from the Goalkeeper's Corner and we play for Kraken FC. Today we're going to talk about Kraken's goalkeeping culture in Bangalore, football culture in Bangalore in general, and everything around it. So, starting off with the most important thing that is dear to a goalkeeper, that's a part of this kit, it never leaves his side. It's with him during the good times and the bad times. Before mentality, I'm talking about gloves. So, we're going to start with Nikhil. What's your favorite glove and why?
My favorite glove, I think Kobo. It has been for a long time, but Kobo gives me that support and it fits my hand. That 7.5
Very
size,
important.
you don't get it anywhere. 7.5. So it fits my hand and it has that finger support. So I have very weak fingers. I shouldn't say that, but it supports my finger.
Weak fingers, strong mentality.
Yeah. Yes.
So Kobo
yeah,
for you.
Kobo for me.
Yeah. Good brand guys. For
Yes.
keepers, Kobo is a good brand to use. I've used them myself. They're very good. They're very reliable. Good, durable also for matches, both mud and turf. So yeah,
I think that's the most important thing with Kobo, right? I think they're durable. I think especially in Bangalore football, because we often play in mud as well. So I think Kobo helps us. It's durable, so it's moderately priced. So I think that's a very good option, and that's a very good option for most keepers in Bangalore. I think most keepers in Bangalore do use Kobo.
actually, yeah.
Fair point.
I've used different types of gloves from Kobo to Adidas to Puma, but yeah, I agree. Kobo has been one of the first gloves that I used for a mud tournament was Kobo, and even though I had Adidas and Nike next to me, I still preferred Kobo only because again the durability helps a lot. Cost is very good, and nowadays with Amazon and Flipkart you get it in a day. But Nike, Adidas, I think they're more expensive, and you have to go to the store only to get them.
Yeah.
And even if you go to their websites, I think they come like not when you want them to. So yeah, Kobo is definitely like a common choice for all the goalkeepers in Bangalore, especially for that. But yeah,
But no, like Nike is also good. I've tried Nike. It doesn't have that finger support, but I think good grips. I think something that Kobo lacks is the grip.
yeah.
Which Nike provides. So yeah, Kobo, Nike.
I feel what a lot of keepers who usually see me wearing Nike also tell that the foam comes out very easily when you're playing with like a Nivea Dominator or a Kitsa ball.
Yeah.
If you have an Adidas or a Nike ball, which is a little more soft texture, then your foam stays. But Kobo, regardless of what ball you're using, the foam stays longer.
Yes.
That's why we're talking about durability.
Yeah.
Nike, I think for me at least, I prefer using it like once or twice a month. But Kobo, I think for my regular games,
Yeah,
I
longer
like using
games. Yeah.
Kobo.
I think Aashish is best fit to answer this question because he has like some 100 pairs of gloves. So
Yes.
I think he knows what it is.
He has
I think
already given me like 10.
Yeah.
So
I think
yeah.
any brand you name, I think Aashish will have that brand. So yeah.
Yeah, well, I've tried
I think people. I Adidas or Nike should actually sponsor the amount of gloves he buys from
Yes,
them. So,
No,
both are family keeper.
I'm
That's so many gloves.
my quantity of gloves is basically based on my quantity of curiosity. So I'm very curious to try out these gloves first, buy them and see will it last longer than the other? Is it and also is it looking good with what I'm wearing?
And
So all of that.
I think he's the only guy who color coordinates his gloves according
No,
to
I
his
know. I know another person. I didn't know
this kid. These three. So let's keep it
I don't know what name.
I believe in color coordination. I think if
Yeah.
you're making a save, why not look good while doing it?
Yeah.
So I think that
Probably Aashish is the only positive it takes while goalkeeping is color coordinated.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, agreed. Like Coco is the better, or I think the more durable, the best brand
Yeah.
for when it comes to three of us because Bangalore turfs.
Bobo, if you're listening.
Yeah, Coco, if you're listening, shout out to Coco.
You can always sponsor us.
But yeah, okay. Coming to
Even I want to tell my favorite gloves.
Go.
Yeah, so mine would be the Adidas one. Speaking highly on Kobo, but then in terms of pure grip and how comfortable they are, I think Adidas Predator is the one I have right now. It feels like I'm making a save with my bare hands, so I think that's what ideally which I want. It's almost like I'm not wearing gloves because it's very very well shaped and everything. So yeah, for me the best gloves in terms personal choice would be Adidas Predator.
Okay.
yeah, I think that's a fair
I
shout.
think I haven't tried Adidas.
Adidas is they're really thin in terms of texture, but yeah, it gives you a good grip on the ball and you're sort of they're not puffy, what I like to
exactly,
call,
yeah.
where they're proper hand fit, as they say. So fitting is a major part. All right, so we've covered that. Coming to the football culture in Bangalore when it comes to goalkeepers, how do you guys feel it's progressed over the years? Obviously, arenas weren't around when we started. There was always mud, and we would just be. If you wore white that day, then God bless that jersey because it's going back in different color. So, how do you think it's evolved in terms of arenas coming into the picture and how facilities now that we get, even for young kids now, there's better coaching for goalkeepers. Goalkeepers coaching has come in. We didn't have that growing up. We were just asked to go and goal and make saves. And even in the modern times now, the modern goalkeeper has started using his legs a lot more. Where we were just asked to keep the ball out of the net, and the defenders would usually lay it out to the back, or we were just asked to hoof it long. I mean, back pass I think rarely existed, or even if keepers played with their legs, there were very few. At least in this side of town where we are from, Vithanapura, Yalanka, most keepers didn't play with the legs that much.
Yeah.
Most of it was just distribution with hands or saves with hands. So how do you think that evolution has, and has it benefited you, or how have you adapted it to your game?
So basically, when I started, there was no specific position as goalkeeper because we all used to like, acha, whoever is tired or whoever comes late, that guy is a keeper, right? But now when I see there is a specified position, every team has a goalkeeper, a specific goalkeeper who comes with his glove, who wears his glove, he has all that thing set, everything set, right?
Yeah.
So that has been the major change,
Right.
because people are like, yes, I want to be a goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Earlier it was like, whoever is late, whoever is fat, in my case, right, be the goalkeeper.
We weren't fat all the time, but yeah.
Yeah, on and off.
Yeah, so I think the good thing also is that I think the demand for goalkeepers has increased. So that's actually a very good sign. So
Yes.
now I see teams, players, backing out of a game when there's no goalkeeper on their side.
Yeah.
And then we say, okay, we'll postpone it to another day because there's no goalkeeper on our side.
Agreed.
So that's actually a very encouraging thing to see because obviously I can't tell back in the day because I'm not old like you guys, but in general, but in general I feel it's nice to see a lot of kids these days have picked up goalkeeping because at least when I was a kid there weren't many, and I think you can vouch for me as well. Like, there weren't many. So a lot of these guys, coming up with proper gear, proper goalkeeping gear, like gloves and whatnot. I think some of the kids even have those elbow paddings. Yeah, which I'm not a huge fan of, but it's fine. At least as long as they're encouraged to goalkeep, I think that's great to see. And also answering your point on modern goalkeeping, personally, I think it has helped me a lot because I was never a ball playing goalkeeper. I still wouldn't consider myself as a very good ball playing goalkeeper. But the thing is, I've improved a lot on that. And over the last 1.5 years, it's been more of a demand, right? And the best part is my teammates demand it from me right now. It's not, my teammates start to demand. So it's great to see that your defenders or your midfielders pass the ball back to you, and then you try to start the attack or build the attack. So that has improved my game definitely.
Yes.
So yeah, modern goalkeeping has definitely improved my game, giving me another version of goalkeeping, or giving me another thought of how a goalkeeper can actually help in an attack rather than just make that great save or just block and sit out and block and save.
Yeah, I mean, I agree to like both of your points also that nowadays goalkeeper the importance has risen, especially even in back in the day also we played back in the mud. The goalkeeper's position was important, but sometimes when he didn't show, nobody really cared. Like the guy with the sub would just come on and they would just expect him to make saves. But now there is this position specific role for goalkeepers where, like he said, games aren't the same, or a good team can become weak if the keeper's not come there, and and everybody curses the goalkeeper for not showing up. And also the usage of keepers now has been more by defenders. Before it was just like you give it to the defender, he'll deal with it. The defender will block for you now. Everything now, if the defender is caught somewhere, especially the games that I play in, especially the formats that have changed. Before 11-a-side, the keeper was not used that much except for clearing the ball or just playing a 1-2 with the defender. Now the keeper actually in 7-a-sides and 5-a-sides, I've seen keepers come till halfway, taking a shot, working the other keeper.
Yeah.
So that's very encouraging in a attacking sense, because your attackers also know that there's a guy in the sticks who can come out and contribute if needed. Like it's not just 4 of you or 6 of you playing. The 7th guy can also come help. It's not just making saves or catching the ball. But so yeah, that way I've adapted it to it as well. And because of me being clean with the ball at my feet and very rarely losing it, I get called for a lot of games. And but yeah, I've also learned, like I've also made mistakes with my feet sometimes where the opposition striker has taken it and scored. But you learn.
But yeah,
too. When you're in a similar situation, you might not do this.
That's the beauty of it, right? Like there's always. I mean, I don't think goalkeepers have that room for error when they're playing with the ball, because I feel like if the midfielder loses the ball, he has 2 lines of protection. He has the goalkeeper and the defensive line to help out. But I think if the goalkeeper messes up with the ball, he's more or less a goal 90-95% of the time. So I think the pressure is more on us. I think the how we approach I feel like the pressure is more on us.
Yeah, I agree. So modern keepers these days, especially, even I wouldn't call me and Nikhil modern keepers, because technically the ones who are in their teenage now and now probably in their 20s, they are the ones who are starting to learn with ball at their feet. But we had to adapt with seeing other keepers do it, and
it was like we didn't have time to change our gameplay, right? It was just forced upon us.
Yeah, they were like
suddenly there were a lot of balls played to the keeper, and you had to deal with.
You had to sort of play your way out of trouble. Where the safer option even today for us is to just kick the ball down and go and look at striker to chase it.
Yeah, but that's not. I mean, even that's not like a proper game now.
Yeah.
They want it in a specific way, specific play. Right?
Strikers, everybody's become more demanding.
The thing is, before what I saw this little difference was the centre backs before, when they passed the ball to me, everybody would wait for me to just clear it, whereas now everybody asks for it. So when I get the ball, the left back, wing backs will come close, the midfielder will come close enough. So I have more options on the ball. So that gives me confidence on the ball. Before then, I just knew it was just like default, like a manual. Where you get the ball, you clear it. You get the ball, you clear it. So it didn't. Your job was done. So in that way, modern goalkeeping has improved all of our touches on the ball, I would say, and we sort of feel like we're outfield players with gloves. That myth that they talk about, it is true, because now we see Premier League goalkeepers do it. Like we see Ederson, Alisson, Ter Stegen, all these guys. They're also Onana, boss. Onana.
Onana is a midfielder.
They're like, we don't need keepers.
You know what, Aashish, I'm going to try to impersonate Onana. Try to bring in his style of gameplay in the 8-a-side gameplay. What I play now, like play ahead of my, like at least play on the line of the defense. Because I've never really thought of playing in an 8-a-side game. It's harder to do, in fives it's easier to do because I mean in fives I do play on my half line now, or whenever we are attacking, I'm more or less on our third or so. I'm going to try that over the next 2-3 months and see how it works in an 8-a-side game, because the field is bigger. And you have, I think in an 8-a-side game, usually we play 3 at the back. If not 2, we play at least 3 at the back. So I want to see how that helps my team attack. And honestly, if I concede, it's okay.
It will be pretty difficult to chip him also. So unlike us.
I really want to try that. So, but I think you all can try it, because it's not like it's not like it's going to. It's not like, I mean, we do concede, it's fine. But then, as long as the game demands, I feel like the game demands it now, right? So, if you're able to get a goal, maybe you're giving a very good pass. If you're able to get a goal, then good stuff, right?
Yeah, try it on.
No, I agree.
I'm gonna try it.
I agree. But coming to conceding, obviously it's a big downer when any of us concede a goal. We're not in the right mind frame. And whether it is a pickup game or whether it is a match that you set yourself, it's never pleasant to concede a goal. So I want to know from you guys, what is your mindset, or what's the first thing that comes to your head when you concede a goal? Do the emotions get better of you and you just lose rhythm for a bit, or do you stay calm under that situation, play the ball out back to halfway and say, you know what, I'm not going to let that happen again, just keep playing? Or do you, I've seen this in most keepers, it's not a good thing, or you look for someone to blame to immediately saying, oh, well, I could have saved it, but it was your fault, or something like that, which does happen. So, what is your take, or what is your mindset on when you concede a goal?
I think a bit of everything, because for me it depends on what kind of goal did I concede. If it's like through my legs or something, I'll be looking at the ground for the next 2 minutes. Like I won't look up, I won't look at anybody's face. People will be shouting, but I'll not, like, I'll just block everybody out. And if it's like a particularly good shot, I'll just turn around and say, oh bro, lucky shot or something like that. I'll just try to make everybody else calm, but inside I'll be like, oh, what the fuck did you do? Kind of that, like that. But yeah, I've gone around and blamed my defense also. But I think that comes out of the frustration. It just comes out. You can't do anything. But overall, I just try to be calm, but not successful all the time. Unless there is Aashish in my CV, he'll come and tell me, hey, calm down, da. So I'll be like, okay.
What if most of the goal leads because of Aashish messing up? So he the CV.
Yeah.
So it's fine. I mean, more or less what Nikhil said. I think I try to stay positive most of the time. It's okay. I mean, of course, I will tell at the podcast it's okay to concede. It's not okay to concede, but in the game, that's what happens. So most of my football is played with very good guys, right? Very good guys. And most of these guys, when I make a mistake or when I do, even in the opponent's goal, even if it's a very good shot, they're always there to cheer you up or tell you know what, it's fine, it's a good shot, it went in. So that's the good thing about playing with friends, right? And most of these guys are like very good dudes, so it's fine. And that kind of brings back your morale as well. How to bounce back, like I said, I think you need to have the right mindset. As a goalkeeper, you will concede. It's not like, especially when you're playing 5s and 7s and 8, you are going to concede. You are going to concede 4 or 5 goals in a 1.5 hour game. It's all right. You make a mistake, you can probably think about it for like in the next 10 seconds. But the thing is, the game is so fast that the next second you might have another shot. The next 10 you might have another shot. So you need to focus on the next shot. Probably you can try to reflect to it after the game. Probably you did this, maybe I can do this, or you did this, or maybe I can do that. So I think trying to stay positive or showing that you're confident is also one way to go about it. I think that's how I feel.
When it comes to me, I feel I've grown in terms of emotion over the years. When I first started out keeping and I would concede, I would think that I'm superior than physics. Where if there was no chance of me saving it, I would be like, yeah, I should have saved that. And the realistic perspective, until someone senior comes and tells you couldn't have saved it, and then you'll be like, couldn't have? So then you started learning, where I started self-assessing that that was beyond me to save. So that is one thing that I've learned, where I've set an expectation with myself that not everything is savable. Sometimes they will go in, and there's nothing you or your team can do about it. It's just a good goal. You give credit to the striker and move on. The second thing, emotions. if it's a very clutch game, like a final or a semi-final of a tournament where we're just about to cross the line and the team sort of concedes by an error that I make, or it's the same with the other goalkeeper on the other end where if they sort of make a mistake and they fumble, I feel relief when they make a mistake saying, "Wow, he's a good keeper, but he messed up." But I relief. Yeah, I feel relief as in that it's so hard to score against him, but because of his error, our team gets a chance.
Right.
It's not that we've done anything brilliant; it's messed up somewhere. And I've seen that in tournament scenarios, and I've always gone. It's more of a surprise where how did he make that mistake? Because in somewhere in another part of Bangalore, another time, I've seen him pull off like mad saves, where I'm like, I think he's interleaved today. So
What are you hinting at, Aashish? Did I make a mistake?
keepers in general in the city. But yeah, when it comes to me, I think I take that pressure in tournaments where I don't want to let the team down. And most of all, nothing makes me happier than a clean sheet in a semi-final or a final, where I know for, let's say it's a 15-minute final and a 15-minute semi-final, for that half an hour against two top teams I've kept clean sheets. So that motivates me to go into the next tournament or the next match. Whether if it's a tournament on the weekend and then I have a match on the weekday, like a Tuesday with someone, then that I go with that mindset saying, come on bro, you took on two good teams in a five-a-side in a crunch game and you're able to keep clean sheets. Now you have 90 minutes. So in 90 minutes, try to keep the score as low as possible. That just keeps adding.
Yeah.
So, and throughout the week, and I'm someone who regularly makes time for football, other than my family and friends and other activities. For example, I like to go cycling sometime or trekking. Shut up, I did.
He's played football already.
No,
He doesn't even own a cycle.
I borrow. He's not
He plays football, so
My neighbor.
Camping. You went once last year.
I got trekking.
You went once last year.
But yeah, even when I make time for football, I like to go and goal only because
I think he makes time for other things in life, but not for football. And that's a really nice thing I like about Aashish, because he's like football first.
Yeah.
Football first. So I mean, I think most of us are football first,
Yeah.
but Aashish finds more time to play football, and that's amazing.
Look,
I'm not. It's not a bad thing.
But see,
It's
I'll
actually a
tell
very
you
good thing.
something which I usually tell people like when I have a conversation with them, especially youngsters, like if they're in their early 20s or something and they're keeping and they're down because they've lost a game. I've always said that your mentality has to change about games because I fell in love with goalkeeping because of the highs and the lows. If I keep
Yeah.
clean sheets, I keep clean sheets throughout for years, then it'll be like, oh, I'm unbeatable. You can't score against me. You have to see that dark side where for a whole week you might just lose matches and you might not something basic also you might concede from, and then you just don't want to go back and play. But that's where I tell them to keep going and playing all the time because then it'll go out of your system. If you sit and fester over it for the whole day saying, oh, I'm a shit keeper, they won't call me again and stuff, it's okay. Go find another spot somewhere. There's games happening, I think, every day in the city now.
Yeah.
And now these apps also have come, like Playo has come where you can just go find a slot and play. Go play. Maybe you might pull off some great saves, and even two guys in that group say, bro, you actually keep coming. Then you get your confidence back. So I think when it comes to me having a reaction to conceding a goal, I think I've learned to how to handle it now in my 30s and in my late 20s than I used to handle it when I was a kid. Because obviously, when someone tells you you're a good keeper at a young age, that ego fills into your head. That alright, and I probably should say everything. That's not the case.
Now we know the value of because time is running out. So
Yeah.
we know how little we have.
We're going to be in the 40s soon, me and Nikhil in a decade. So we're going to.
Not Arvind. Arvind is still
See Nikhil and
still
his
a
long
baby.
beards and like posh gloves and like standing there go yelling at 35-year-olds.
Yelling at Arvind.
Yeah, we're going to play in senior league. Arvind is the one who's going to carry that culture
Yes.
from Vikarnapura and Sakarnagar forward. We'll just come there with coffee and sit and watch.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's I think our take on how Bangalore culture has changed for goalkeepers and how modern keeping has helped us evolve as better keepers.